What's going on, champs and chamets? It's FireMonkey here, back on the Destiny 2 grind. I've been playing a lot of different games. I've been swapping between one and the other, and I still have to do some Festival of the Lost stuff, but you know what's happening right now? You know what is going on in the magical land of Destiny? None other than double Gambit rank reputation points, and of course, who doesn't want to see me get reputation Prestige 5, Prestige 7, Prestige 50 million in Gambit, right? Which is why I decided I would hop onto some more Destiny to play it a little bit for today's video and just chillax with you guys, right? So we're of course going over here to the event vendor, going all to all the different characters, claiming all the freebies we have to claim so we can get some extra goodies while we continue our journey and go through all these event things. But yeah, Gambit has double rank reputation for a few more days. Like, until this event ends, we have double Gambit rank rep just sitting there, right? Sitting there waiting for me to grab it and just use it in order to grab it and just get a million bajillion ranks once again. So, of course, I'm going to be grinding that out. Now, something I want to mention about today's YouTube video is that I'm going to be honest here, I'm kind of just winging it this time, right? I don't really have a topic planned. I didn't come into this video being like, all right, I want to talk about this, and this. I was just like, you know what? I want to make a YouTube video. I want to play some Destiny. We got some Gambit going on. Let's just go ahead, chillax, and see what all happens, right? So that's why we're here. Now, I guess, you know, if I really wanted to talk about something other than just, hey, look, FireMonkey likes to Gambit, I could do a simple little cut like that into the actual game to talk about something, and I do have a topic, believe it or not. So recently they made a This Week at Bungie blog post talking about what they're planning to do for the future, right? And one thing they mentioned is that with the next season, which starts in December, their main focus is going to be on balancing all of the subclasses, right? They're going to be doing stuff like making solar a little bit different. They're going to be making every class a little bit different, right? Super energy economy and everything's going to be changing around, but something else they mentioned was relating to Destiny 2 on last-gen consoles, so Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They were showing how they were updating the graphics and all this type of stuff, right? But something they mentioned, which I found kind of interesting, was the fact that apparently there's a major amount of, like, there's a major player base on PlayStation 5 who play Destiny 2, who have not played the PlayStation 5 version of Destiny 2, despite this being a free-to-play game, right? There's a group of people out there, and apparently it's a decent portion for them to even mention it in a blog post, that just haven't touched the PS5 build of the game, so they're playing on the last-gen specs and the last-gen build of Destiny 2, and they're kind of like, why are you guys doing this, right? You got a PS5, you can run the PS5 version of the game, there's no reason to run the PS4 version, and honestly, as someone who has played on a PS5, right, I think a little bit of the issue here might not actually be the fault of the consumer, right? It might not actually be the fault of the people out there who are playing the game normally. What I think is going on here, and what I think is causing this main confusion here that is making tons of people, you know, play the wrong build of the game, is the fact on how the PlayStation Store works. So whenever there's a game that has a PS5 and a PS4 version, right? Whenever you go to actually like download that game, whenever you go to install it or whatever, at least from my experience, it's sometimes weird, right? Because you might click on the PlayStation 4 version of the game, you might click on the PlayStation 5 version of the game, but whenever you click on one of them, it always gives you the option to install both versions, both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 of the game. And if I remember correctly, which is a little weird if this is accurate, as I'm hoping I'm wrong here, it will actually default into installing both copies of the game, right? It'll default into installing that PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 build, which just takes up extra space, right? It's kind of pointless to have both builds of the game just sitting there on your computer, or I guess not your computer, but on your console. So it's just something where I'm like, you know, there's a lot of like 50-50 stuff here going on, where I just think that, you know, there's way too much going on with their store, causing the natural consumer of the products to just be confused. And let's hope here. Okay, I got one. There we go. Oh god, let me throw that out there. I knew I was gonna die or something, so I was like, let me just throw a grenade. But yeah, I find it funny how they mention, you know what, let me see if I can find the exact thing. Yeah, heads up for our PlayStation 5 players. Heads up, PlayStation Guardians. We've noticed a notable number of PlayStation 5 players playing the PlayStation 4 version on their current generation consoles. For the optimal experience or their PlayStation goodness, consider making the upgrade to the free PS5 version to see improvements in frame rates and graphics overall. And I just find it funny. Like, I want to know from the community, right? I would love to see someone in the community who does do this, if they have, like, a genuine reason for playing the outdated build of Destiny, right? Playing the last-gen console version of it. Is there, like, a specific difference between the two builds that make playing the last-gen version a better overall experience? Or is it just, you know, a whole entire just, oops, you know, we weren't paying attention, we didn't understand really which build we were playing type of thing? Because I could see it going either way, right? I could see people preferring the old build of the game just because of a whole entire situation where it's like, oh god, dude, this Dom guy, I cannot attack this Dom guy for anything. He's just like, why is he crouch shooting? Man, I was not prepared for this Dom guy. There we go. There, come on, peek me, peek, come on, do it. You know you wanna, that's right. He's right, boy. Alright, we made it back, but at least we got 2 of them, so that's pretty good. But yeah, it's just a whole entire situation where I sit there and I'm like, there's got to be a reason, right? There's no way that people are just accidentally playing the wrong build of the game. But, you know, there are people who might get confused and stuff, so I could see it actually happening. I just don't want to believe it's happening, right? I want to believe there's some hidden reason behind it. Maybe, you know, it's like certain raid encounters or something are better if you're playing the PS4 build on the PS5 or something. I don't even know. But it is just something that, you know, is interesting to think about and talk about in general. So that is, you know, the main topic I decided to mention here while we just gambit our way through the labyrinth that is this mode. No, can we not do that? Can we not do that? There you go. Wait, what? I was so far back, it told me I was going to be joining my allies soon? Would I be able to invade, go back far enough to join my allies, quote unquote, and then still be invading while on my side? I assume they've already, like, thought about that ahead of time, right? There's no way that they've been able to, like, keep that bug in the game forever. So I'm just going to assume that, you know, I'm just coping. I'm just coping, hoping to find some glitches when there are no glitches, and it's just me being dumb. But hey, you know, maybe there are some glitches to be discovered. You know, the Gambit God discovering the Gambit glitch in the Gambit mode while playing the Gambit. I don't know, I just want to say Gambit a lot there. You know, that would be fun. That'd just be a fun little time. But yeah, I know in general the whole PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 stuff, I find it interesting how, you know, we're starting to finally see the Series X and the PlayStation 5 be considered current-gen consoles, because for a while when they released, right, they were still classified as a next-gen console. You would not find people out there classifying it as, you know, current-gen, because it was just so rare to find one. But it's interesting to see how the tides have changed and stuff, so we're starting to see this become the current-gen finally, to where it's what, you know, most people are able to obtain and most people are able to actually use. So let's see. We made it all the way to Guardian 3.5 from one match. That was really good. And I'm going to continue the grind off camera, so I hope you champs and jammets enjoyed today's little ramble. If you did, consider subscribing to support the content I create, and I'll see you guys the next time with another video. Peace out.